Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Maurice Brown Show. This is the NFL edition with the homies from Wilson, North Carolina. This show is sponsored by MAGNOS Dentistry out of Belo Horizonte, Brazil. And we're going to talk about the latest from the NFL playoffs, as we are now 1 weekend away from the Super Bowl. And we're going to bring on some homeboys from my hometown of Wilson, North Carolina, one of which is Milton Bynum. What's up, Bill?
How you doing, Poochie? How you doing, brother?
Everything is good. Everything is good. How's the weather down there in Wilson?
Well, we get ready for the snowstorm tomorrow night after early Saturday morning. So probably we'll get like 8 or 9 inches. They're supposed to be, they say.
Oh, man.
So
Okay. Well, we got Bill Pender also coming on in just a few moments. I'm in Austin, Texas. We're going to get a bad weather event on Sunday and maybe get an inch or something like that and be done with it. I don't miss the East Coast, I can tell you that.
I bet you don't.
When it comes to this kind of stuff, especially. But that being said, we're going to talk about the NFL playoffs and some of the finals that went on last week. But before we get into that conversation, we've got the MVP coming up very soon. And a lot of people think it's Matthew Stafford. I could throw out my man in Cleveland, Myles Garrett, to me is the guy. But for your money, who's the MVP in your mind?
Oh man, that's kind of tricky one there.
Yeah,
I would say Myles, because that's a serious milestone, man, to get sacks like that when you get double team and triple team and all that kind of stuff. I go with Myles Garrett, because that's a serious hurdle to cross. He crossed it, man. That's serious, man, because that's a battle, man. You got to fight off 2 people, 3 people, and trying to get to the quarterback, man, and they steady targeting on you because they know what you're trying to do. I give it to him, hands down.
You know what? And I'm going to have to agree with you. I just think that, defensive guys go, unsung. And even if they had a winning record, I mean, I think the quarterback, if the quarterback's doing great, people are going to lean to the quarterback. And
Right.
Don't get me wrong, Matt Stafford is every bit deserving of an MVP. I mean, he's a great ball player, no question. When you do the kind of things that Myles Garrett has been doing, and here's the thing: on top of all of that, on a losing team, he could have just said, you know what, I don't care anymore. This team sucks, and I'm tired of giving these guys everything I got. I just think he's the best player in the NFL. I think there's some other people that you could probably throw into this conversation. I'm trying to think of maybe a couple of other people you could throw Josh Allen out there.
Yeah.
Josh Allen practically carried the Bills as far as they have gone this year. I think it's pretty bad that, the way the owner of Buffalo behaved at the press conference today, throwing people under the bus, saying guys are crying, talking about Keon Coleman, things like that. But at the end of the day, and Sean McDermott getting fired, we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But Josh Allen could be a guy that you could definitely look at as the most valuable player in the NFL. But for my money, I just think you got to go with Myles Garrett. Matt Stafford's probably going to win.
Yeah, but like you said, I go with Garrett because the fact is, individually, he has to do his own on his own. See, quarterbacks need help to make them look good. Percentage of the time they need help, because if you don't catch the ball, I ain't gonna look good.
No.
So if I got to throw it to you, got to catch the ball. So it's a team. It's a couple effort for like the running back and the wide receiver, and he do a little thing here and there. But him scrambling and running, all that kind of stuff, the percentage kind of low on that to a point, unless it makes a difference in winning the game. Very important or something, and that kind of phase. But other than that, it's Myles Garrett, because he got it. Like I said, he got to pick and choose what he got to do. He got to try to get to the man, all this kind of stuff. They block him. They block him so he won't get to the quarterback. So, to me, his job is harder. And if he do what he did, I think he deserved to get it. I do. I think he deserved to get it. Anybody on the offense, man, technically speaking, it's kind of, don't get me wrong, the quarterback got to throw you the ball, you got to catch it. But to me, defense, man, it's all on him. Defense is all on you. Because if you against all of them, to me, I mean.
Yeah. It's you against everybody. I mean,
Exactly.
your offense is not moving the ball. You're 4-12. Your team is terrible, and you got to go out there and make it happen. And he's going 110%, and he sets the record all-time milestone of sacks. He's the best player in the NFL. There's no doubt about that.
And I like his attitude too. Excuse me, I like his attitude because regardless of how your team is, you getting paid. It's all about your name on the back of that jersey. You getting paid to perform. Everybody looking at you. They looking at the team per se, but they looking at you, what job you supposed to do. So you focus on what you got to do because you getting paid to do what you got to do, and that's what it boils down to. It shouldn't be about, well, if my team ain't playing good, I ain't gonna play you. No, that's some high school stuff. You getting paid to do a job, do it. I mean, because like I said, overall, everybody always looking. Somebody looking all the time. So if thing don't work out right here, I can look back and say, you know what? Pusha did so. I'm getting them for my team. Because you don't prove yourself. Everybody always looking.
Yeah, everybody's always looking. And, you have to be cognizant of that. And that's exactly the way Myles Garrett has played this year. Like everybody was looking, and he showed out.
That's right.
And he showed out. Mm-hmm. We've seen a lot of coaches get fired, hired. A lot of people moving around now that the season is drawing to a close. One of those openings that came open was the Pittsburgh Steelers job. Mike Tomlin stepped down. And so now the search is on for his replacement. Who, in your mind, would be a good candidate for the Steeler head coach job?
I think that job is taken. What's called took that job?
Who took it?
Green Bay ex-coach, Dallas ex-coach.
Mike McCarthy?
That's the one.
Mike McCarthy took the Steeler job?
Yeah, I think they gave it to him today.
Is that right? I didn't know that was official.
Yeah, I think they gave it to him today. Yeah, he got that job.
Okay. Well, I'll say this. I don't know that they did the right thing.
Well, I think so because it's similarity. It's a color. The color, that's it. It's similarity because they both got the same kind of scheme and they're old fashioned. And on top of that, what's called gonna come back and play now?
Who's that?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, you know what? And that might very well be why they hired McCarthy because he and Aaron have history. Only thing about it is, Aaron, actually, I think Aaron got him fired. So I'm surprised.
Well, that's your opinion, but I don't think so, man. I think he did what he had to play with. I think he did what he had to play with. To me, Aaron Rodgers looked pretty decent considered over the whole season to a point. He had little flaws in there, but basically, you got to think about it, man. The defense kind of let them down a little bit when What's-Called got hurt. What's-Called got hurt. Now, they stepped up a couple games before the playoff. But when What's-Called got hurt, man, them 1 or 2 games, man, I think it was 3 games, Pittsburgh defense, it sucks. It didn't look good. That's why they lost. If they play the same way they played against, they play against Baltimore? Yeah. Against Cleveland, they'd have won that game when it had been to that point. Mike Tomlin probably still have the job. He probably would stepped down.
Well, he might. He might. Okay, well, thanks for that update. I didn't know they had officially hired Mike McCarthy as the new head coach in Pittsburgh. We got Buffalo now. They need to get a head coach, which is that's really a great job opening. And then the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Odom. And I don't know that there are any great names out there. John Harbaugh was really the only great name out there, and he took the Giant job. What do you think about Harbaugh with the Giants?
I think Harbaugh gonna be all right with the Giants. I think it'll be okay and stuff. I think the fact that he got a young quarterback and listen to him. He got a young quarterback that he can mold a little bit because it's his second year and stuff like that. So I think it'll be fine. He's gonna be fine. It's gonna be the same kind of run they had with him and Lamar had. Only difference is it'd be a little bit different because the fact is he quarterback instead of running backing. You know, it'd be more throwing than running. Lamar was more like whatever it takes, run, throw, whatever. it'd be more throwing than that. And another thing too, Baltimore job is taken too.
Milton. Okay, who took the Baltimore job?
Milton. I bet offensive coordinator for San Diego.
You got to be kidding.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. Okay, you get this stuff. All must have taken place in the last hour.
Yeah, a couple of hours. Yeah.
Man, okay, well, things are moving. So now we're looking at Buffalo. And as I talk about Buffalo, were the Bills right to fire Sean McDermott?
No.
Okay.
No. It's the GM fault.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I would agree with you. I mean, I had been saying, it's kind of funny because for the last month, maybe 3 weeks, I had kind of been intimating that if the Bills got knocked out, if they did not go to the Super Bowl, that McDermott should be fired. I was actually saying that because I just feel like, at some point, you got to stop putting all the pressure on Josh Allen.
Right.
And your coaching should be able to take and mitigate some of that pressure. But then, after talking and watching some of these talking head shows, I came to understand that it's all the general manager not providing McDermott with the personnel that they need to get to the next level.
That's right.
And, you look at McDermott's record with the lack of talent to go with Josh. I think the man was like 76-27.
He had a nice record. Nice record.
So to use him as the scapegoat, yeah, it was kind of a bad look. It was kind of a bad look on the part of the Buffalo Bills. And I did not see the press conference today with the owner of the Bills, Terry Pagula, but I heard it was pretty bad. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it neither, but I heard the same thing.
I heard it was pretty bad. But that being said, we're going to take a look now at the results of last weekend's games as we get ready for the NFC AFC Championship weekend. Okay. And let's just start out with Denver. Denver winning 33-30 over Buffalo. We've been talking about the Bills. The end of the game, there was a controversial non-call, if you will. I thought that I don't know who the receiver was at the end, caught the ball, and they awarded Denver with the interception. Did you agree with that call?
No, Ty should go to the runner. I think he was down. When he caught the ball, he was down. But you got to look at this, too. Look, they were playing it.
Yeah.
They were playing in Denver. See, some people don't realize getting home games do matter sometimes. Little stuff like this happened just then with the little calls here and there. It matters. It matters because they want to see that team go far. They want to see some teams go far, and it matters sometimes. But technically, I think it was a wrong call because I think if Ty go to the runner, because he did caught the ball, he was down. He was down. He was down when he caught the ball. And when he was down, he was rolling. He snatched right out of his hand.
Yeah,
and stuff. But to me, it should have been a Buffalo ball. But overall, saying Buffalo, they need to cry because they beat themselves.
And give me some examples of why you feel that way.
Because the turnovers. I mean, they did 3 or 4 turnovers and still won the game.
Yeah.
You think about it. Josh Allen did a stupid turnover before halftime, gave him 3 points.
Yeah.
I think it was 10 points. 10. It was 10. Because they were already about 7. It was 10. So you can't when you play in the playoff, you allow one mistake, maybe 2, on a good day with good defense, a good day, and you got your offense are moving precisely well, and they really can't stop you that much. You allow one or two mistakes on them kind of situation, but other than that, you almost got to play a perfect game and win the playoff, man, because it's a whole different animal, man. It's whole different. It's different.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? That's the way Buffalo plays. Usually they play frenetic. Josh gives up the rock a lot of times in games, and they have to come back and they have to win, with their tongues hanging out, and which is a bad recipe for winning a Super Bowl. Right. I mean, not to mention just getting there. They can't even seem to get there because of these kinds of situations. But you look at Denver, and I'm going to be totally honest with you. I am not a Sean Payton fan because of the way he treated Russell Wilson. I thought it was mad disrespectful, and I have not been a Sean Payton fan at all. Gotcha. And I have to give him credit. I'm going to have to give Sean Payton 100% props for what he's done in Denver. I mean, you're talking about a bad organization. When they had Russell Wilson, they were just bad.
Right.
And he came in, he said, get out. Everybody that's not with it, get out. He cleaned house. He said, I'm here. And he said, I'm going to fix it. And guess what? He looked like he fixed it.
Yeah, it took him about 3 or 4 years, but he fixed it. He did. He fixed it.
And so I'm looking at Sean Payton right now, and I take my hat off to him. I can't hate on the man anymore. As far as giving him his respect, I'm still not rooting for Denver.
Right.
But I have to give the man his respect. He's transformed that team. We're going to talk a little bit more about Denver in a moment. I want to switch over to a very sad result for the San Francisco 49ers. This past weekend, they were humiliated by the Seattle Seahawks 41-6. Sam Darnold didn't have to do anything. I mean, his boys did everything for him. He just had to say, hut.
Maintain. That's it.
and they sent Brock Purdy to the bench with his tail between his legs.
Yeah.
What in the world and how do you explain what happened to Frisco?
It come down to playing each other twice a year. That's one thing.
Okay.
And two is they shorted their main people. And regardless you play each other twice and you feel comfortable, the main people makes a difference when the playoffs come. It makes a difference. It does. And because it's like everybody doing overtime. From the get-go. It ain't like you start doing overtime later. They were doing overtime from the get-go. They was hitting hard. They was stomping. McCaffrey was running his tongue out. They running McCaffrey to death.
Yeah.
They was thumping McCaffrey. I mean, everybody was doing overtime, man. And then the people that took the place of the people that weren't there, they weren't showing how they supposed to. Because the fact is, it's like they couldn't get their feet off the ground because they were on them, man. They were sticking them. They couldn't get them going. And then with little stuff they did get going a little bit, whatever. What ended up happening is they got in the scoring range how many times? 2 or 3 times? What happened? Turnover. You can't do that.
Yeah. No, you can't.
You can't.
And I think we're going to have to give props to the Seattle Seahawks. Their defense is an overwhelming group.
Yeah.
And we talked about the Texans. We're going to get to them in a minute. We've talked about Denver. I don't think people have talked enough about how dominating of a defense the Seahawks have.
They don't. And they getting overlooked because the fact is what Sam Darnold had did in his last year with Minnesota, he doing the same thing with Seattle. So everything focused most on the offense. Defense ain't looked at right now.
Yeah.
That's what the problem is. Yeah.
So, you just look at it and you go, man, okay, so Seattle has done it. But then I look at Brock Purdy, and I don't know if you would agree with this, but I thought the way Brock Purdy went out was showing and indicating to me that all the money they've given Brock Purdy, and I'm not saying he was supposed to win because of all the money they gave him, right. But man, he didn't show up.
He looked like he was missing some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started out kind of decent and ended up bad. It just he couldn't get a rhythm, couldn't get it together.
And people say, well, no, Brock is not a product of what's around him. Yes, he is.
Yeah, he
You
is.
you just said it yourself. They were missing a lot of pieces. He didn't have Kittle.
Right.
George Kittle is a safety blanket.
Yeah.
I have to say this. I have to say this. I'll go and look at my team, the Green Bay Packers.
Mm-hmm.
And Tucker Kraft was Jordan Love's safety blanket.
Okay.
Well, we lost Tucker in week 5.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were stepping all over, but Jordan Love still continued to ball out.
Right.
No, we didn't win a lot of critical games, but we were in every game.
You was.
You know, and Brock Purdy went without George Kittle. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of a threat back there at QB1.
And then again, it seemed like it didn't make a difference at the time because they didn't need him as they needed him. The time they needed him, they didn't need him early part of the season when he was out because everybody just took his place. The person that took his place, they had to do as much because the fact is they was on a winning rhythm. They was on rhythm. Everything was clicking, everything was doing good, and that's it. But I'm gonna tell you what, this is my belief about that. When you ain't on a rhythm and you get people plugging in somebody that you used to having there, it become a problem. Because they're not used to what you used to doing with that main person. They trying to get it together as being in the game and trying to focus on doing what they have to do. However, it ain't the same. It's not. It's not because I'm playing with you and you go right. I know certain situations. I know Poochie gonna go right. I'm gonna throw the ball right. 9 times out of 10, Poochie gonna come up with the ball. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you got somebody plugging in whatever and something like that happen, then what? You gonna throw it right, thinking what's called, it ain't him.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, what's gonna happen? Might be interception. He might drop it, but he might not be where he need to be.
Yeah.
Stuff matters, man. It matters.
It matters, and I just thought that Brock Purdy was humiliated. The 49ers were humiliated, and Kyle Shanahan can only do but so much when you're missing a lot of pieces. But I expected the 49ers to play better than that. They didn't show up.
But you got to give them credit too. Considering them hurt like that through all the whole year, the beat weight position they was in, you got to give them a little credit for that too, because a lot of people ain't expecting to be where they at.
No, I mean, I actually thought they could win the game. You
right.
know, I picked the 49ers to go out there and win the ball game, and I was shocked that they were just, they were dismissed.
Right.
Seattle said, "You guys just go home. You are dismissed. Fall out." Anyway, that being said, let's go to the other NFC divisional round game in Chicago. It was probably about 8 degrees out there. The Rams win it 20-17 over Chicago in a tough, cold game. The Bears almost pulled it out, but came up just a little bit short in overtime. Your thoughts on this one?
I knew the Rams were going to get them by experience because the fact is they know how to win, man. Chicago on the right track. Don't get me wrong. They on the right track where they need to be at. They are. But that when it comes to the point when you see Cable did what he did. Now, to me personally, I blame the offense coordinator if that was his fault to a point, because the fact is you already got the ball. You got the 50-yard line. He could have ran the ball. He could have did short streams. Anything. You ain't need but 15 yards to get a field goal run. You would have won the game. You were doing extra stuff like you were behind and the time about to run out. It's like you're doing heroic stuff. You didn't have to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, they almost there, but they ain't there yet. And I knew that. I knew it was gonna be a time that they're on the right track, but everybody, was kind of rooting for them a little bit. And like I said, they're on the right track, but they ain't there yet. And
well, they're not there yet because they still have not learned how to play clean football offensively. First of all, the defense is terrible.
Right.
But offensively, they cannot play 60 minutes of clean football. He'll give you 25 clean ones, and usually that's at the end of the game to win it. But if they're playing an average team, they got no problem. It's when you get to the top tier teams, when you start playing with the big boys, you
Mm-hmm.
gotta play cleaner football than that.
Mm-hmm.
That the way they play is not a recipe for winning a championship. I said this, you know what I'm saying?
I blame to me what I seen. Unless Caleb did that on his own, I blame the offense coordinator because what kind of play you using? He had a check down about 7 yards right in front of him. He could have hit that man there. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get the cause of that. What he did. I don't get that.
I don't know if Caleb is understanding check downs or if he is on the same page with Ben Johnson throughout the ball game. I know that his game has gone up since Ben Johnson has been there.
Correct.
And they're close. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, as much as I don't like the Bears, I have to give them props. They're on their way.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of tweaking a few things over during the off season and getting them corrected before they are a championship caliber team.
Yeah, and then again too, the adrenaline probably hit him too, because think about it, he did a nice heroic throw before the overtime. So he figured like I can make this happen. Adrenaline probably been high, I can make this happen. You never know. But you don't do stuff like that, especially you were that close. You can win it. But like I said, I won't out there, but what I seen explaining it to me, it was uncalled for. You should do that. You almost there, man. You there.
Well, and then also a lot of people felt like they should have gone for 2.
Well, no, that was the right decision what they made because for one, you playing at home.
Yeah.
You playing at home. Now you playing away, I can live with that answer. But 2. Especially you have a hard time trying to do this and that. Let's get this over with. But you playing at home, the momentum is on your side. You playing in front of the home crowd. Everything's your favor. You got the weather's on your side. Y'all used to playing in cold. You got the fan base. Everything's going your way. So that was the right move to do 1 point. Yeah, I would have.
The last divisional round playoff game was in New England, and it was terrible weather there as well. Terrible, terrible weather in New England. The Patriots won an ugly, sloppy 28-16 game over the Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud had, once again, multiple turnovers. He had, I think, 4 picks, if not 5, in this game. What were your thoughts on New England and Houston?
He was playing like a rookie. And my thing is, personally, him and the coach are real close and tight. Because if it had been me being the coach, that first turnover he made, I would have talked to him. I said, listen, you can't be doing that. You're doing rookie mistakes. And I said, now, if you got a problem out here playing today or something, because me personally, I would have pulled him. Mills been playing second half.
Yeah.
That's what I would have did. Now, that's what me I did.
Yeah.
That's why I said the coach and him are real, real close. But ain't no way in the world when I'm that close, I'm on the line, and my defense really basically winning the game, playing the whole game.
They were winning the game.
Yes. You killing your defense. Their defense taking the ball away and doing everything you need to do. Now, only thing that made me mad about the defense the first time they made that first turnover, fall on the ball. You try to score a touchdown, fall on it. He trying to pick it up and score, and it's fall on the ball. But other than that, I would have pulled him and got Mills in the game, man. They should have pulled for Mills because if it weren't for Mills, they wouldn't be with that now. Think about it. Stroud stayed out about 5 or 6 weeks. Mills carried that joint. Mills lost 2 games and won 4? Something like that. So I'm trying to tell you, man. So he's part of that progress they made as well. So Mills been playing second half. I'm sorry. Unless Mills been playing messing up real bad, I'll put him back in there. But other than that, Mills would have finished that game second half. Ain't no way I would have trusted him to do that. He kept doing it over and over again. To me, when you let your quarterback do stuff like that, the quarterback and the coach are very, very close. And you believe in him. You will not talk to him and say, look, you can't pull him. I would have pulled him. I'm a coach. He would have been pulled because he's showing me what he's doing. I don't know what's going on with him, but he ain't in the game.
Yeah.
And stuff. And the stuff he was doing, man, you do stuff like that when time about to run out. When time about to run out, you ain't got no choice. You trying to make something happen. I can respect that somehow. You got all the time in the world, defense saving, you doing Cooper crap like that. I'll tell you, he been sitting on that bench.
Well, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I mean, I would have pulled CJ to the side because you have the previous week he had 4 picks,
right?
And they won it. Defense still won the ball game. Now the first pick, like you said, and he starts, that stuff. I pull him to the side. Look, CJ. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, we're gonna have to get this cleaned up. If we can't get this cleaned up, I'm putting Davis in the game. Do you understand me?
Mm-hmm.
You need to stop turning the ball over. You need to calm down and don't let the defense waste the effort that they are putting forth right now. I need for you to take care of the ball. If you don't have a throw it away or eat it if you have to.
That's it.
Don't
your defense
give it up.
Eat it. Yeah, you're right. That's a right little speech to give him because that's what I would. Yeah.
And if it happened again, Davis Mills is in there, and we
can
talk about the next game. If we win this game, you start, but you're not going to finish this one.
That's right. Yeah, right.
We got to get out of here because I'll tell you the honest truth. Houston's defense, man, they were laying wood, dude.
Yeah,
they put out a great effort,
they did,
and it was wasted by C.J. Stroud.
Exactly.
I love C.J., dude. I hate saying that. I don't want to put it all on CJ because Drake May, he was giving the rock up too.
Yeah, but my point is, I'm saying he was doing the same thing. But the point is, they defense maintained enough that he could have did enough. They could have went past New England, man. It could have been the flip flop of that. It should have been 37-16, Houston way. So the mistakes you would have made, it wouldn't have hurt you because you've been a big little lead, but you put yourself in a hole, man, doing what you did. They did the same thing, but only difference is the defense, did pretty good too, to a point because he gave it right back to him.
Yeah, he gave it right back to him. I agree with you. I would have definitely put Davis Mills, and they would have won. If they had put Davis in, they probably would have won.
They probably would have won it. That's a game to me, a game like, you look at a game like that, they should have won that game. They should be playing this weekend coming up.
Yeah.
They should have won that game, man.
And it's just sad, dude. And even after the game, D'Amico defended CJ, that's what you're supposed to do. You keep that private stuff private. You don't air your dirty laundry and what have you. But he was too kind to CJ. He should have pulled him
all over.
He should have pulled him. I want everybody to know that you're watching the Maurice Brown Show NFL Edition with the homies. And this show is brought to you by MAGNOS Dentistry. I want to take a quick time out. I did a film last year, actually last August. We completed it in, I guess, about a month ago, and we spent about 4 weeks of post-production. Now it's in the not local, but festivals around the world. Okay. Cannes in France, Rain Dance in England, and also Melbourne, Australia, and a couple of other places. This is a short film. It's a buddy cop film. It's a comedy and thriller at the same time. I'm going to play a snippet of that.
Okay.
This is my short film. Chance is this, ladies and gentlemen, is the trailer.
No child is trash to God. When you understand what Christ really did for you, you know there is no sin that is too much for God to forgive. He gave his only Son so that all men might be saved.
Well, he has a sense of humor.
God?
No, I was thinking Washington, but yeah, I guess God too. Why don't you go to a show tonight?
His show? The guy's a nut. He probably just shouts scripture at the crowd the whole time.
That's all right, man.
Yes, indeed. That's brought to you by Space Fire Films, and of course, MAGNOS Dentistry is also a sponsor for that film. So we got it out in the festivals. We got Tribeca, which is a huge film festival in New York. Okay. The Melbourne Film Festival in Australia. Rain Dance in England. Cannes Indie Short Films in France. the Jesus Cinefest in Argentina, and the International Christian Film and Music Festival in Orlando, Florida, and Christian Media Content in Dallas, Texas. It's all out there in those festivals, and I'm going to put it in maybe 3 more. We'll call it a day and see what the Lord does. But it's a buddy cop film that focuses on situations in life that seem like you can't overcome them. It's like impossible, but Jesus Christ died to do the impossible for all of us.
Right.
And the film shows that, it's something that happens in our society. A lot of Christian films don't like looking at certain subject matter. Here's the thing: Christ died for all subject matter.
That's right. That is so true.
You understand? So we have to be, as people in the Christian faith, have to be willing. And you don't have to be lewd, you don't have to be graphic, you don't have to be profane, but you can still tackle the problem.
That's true.
Because we're all adults here. We don't have to have it all spelled out. We get it.
Right.
Just show us the situation and how Christ could come in and change it. So anyway, that's what the film. I'm not going to give out too much on it, but that's kind of the background of the film. And that soon will be released. I'll give you guys more information on that as things develop. And once again, you're watching the NFL edition on the Maurice Brown Show. This is the NFL edition with the homies, talking with homeboy Milton Bynum from Wilson, North Carolina. And we usually have Bill Pender on. I don't know what happened. I hope Bill didn't get caught up in traffic again. Bill, I know the weather's bad down there. Bill, it ain't that bad, is it?
Not yet.
Okay, and I know it's going to get really bad. You guys are expecting what, about 8 or 9 inches down there?
8 or 9 inches supposed to come in. I think late Saturday night, early Saturday morning.
Okay.
And then it's supposed to be high. I think high that day supposed to be high like 32 degrees, and the temperature going to drop probably about 10, 12, and then Sunday probably be high like maybe 30, and it's supposed to rain a little bit. So you know how they're going to be.
Yeah. I do not miss the East Coast. Anyway, so let's look at our NFC and AFC championship matchups coming up this weekend at 3:00 on CBS Paramount on Sunday afternoon. We've got the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots. And the Patriots now get the opportunity to play a team that doesn't have their starting quarterback. They're going with a backup. Is it a foregone conclusion in your mind, Milton, that the Patriots will beat Denver with this backup quarterback?
No.
Okay.
Because the backup quarterback guy is their secret weapon, because he used to be with New England. It's Stidham.
Yeah, Jared Stidham. I didn't know he was with the Patriots.
Yeah, he with the Patriots. He with the Patriots for like 3 years. 3 years, and then we picked him up with the Raiders for 1 year, and then Denver picked him up for 2. So he's been with Denver now 2 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Stidham is a good quarterback, man. I like Stidham. I wish we would have kept him. However, we got rid of Stidham because Denver outpaid him. That's why. Yeah. But other than that, I like him. He go through progressions. He stay back there in the pocket. He run when he have to. And he know defenses, so it's gonna be a good game.
He had a number of starts with the Raiders. I think he play an entire season or maybe like 10 or 11 games.
He played like, I think like four games, because we had Clark Kent back there quarterbacking with us. I can't think his name now. He's beat 49ers.
Mac Jones?
No, the other one. He's beat 49ers. Start there. I call him
Garoppolo.
There you go. Yeah, I call him Clark Kent. Yeah.
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 Well, because that's all he is. He ain't Superman. Anyway.
Yeah. So we had him, and he was backing up Garoppolo. Yeah.
Okay, so Stidham is a guy that I guess is capable enough to come in and execute the offense, because the calling card for Denver is their defense for real.
Right.
They lead the league in sacks. They actually statistically are the number one team in the NFL statistically on defense. I mean, they're every bit as good as Houston. They're not known for being, the head hunting team that Houston is, but they're every bit as good. And if Stidham can go out there and not lose the game, they can win the game.
They can, and they'll win it too.
I don't see anything about New England that is eye-popping, quite frankly, and honestly. The Texans should be in this game.
Correct.
And I looked at Drake May, and he played every bit as bad as CJ.
Yeah, he did. He
played every bit as bad as CJ. The Texans wasted an opportunity to seize advantage of that. But Drake May gets happy feet.
Right.
And all you got to do is put pressure on him, and things go south for them real quick. And Denver can take advantage of that. I still think New England is going to win the game because I just don't know that Stidham is ready for this.
I understand, but I feel like he is. He is. He like Nix. He like Nix on this is a little bit more experienced. That's it.
Okay. I just got to make a believer out of me. I'm going to go with the experience on the other side of the ball. Drake May started the entire year. Now the advantage for Denver is they're at home,
right,
and that's going to help Stidham out a lot. And the thing about Sean Payton is such an excellent coach. I think this will be a very good game to watch. I'm going to lean with the Patriots. The Las Vegas line has New England -4.5. And I think that's about right. I think Vegas is right on this one, but I'm not going to say Denver can't win the game. Denver can. I'm not going to say say that they can't do it, but I'm going to lean with the Patriots on that one. Then we go to the NFC Championship, and we go to Seattle. Now, we just watched the Seahawks destroy the San Francisco 49ers. This is a different team they're dealing with. The Rams are now going to be in an environment where they're not going to be freezing and their teeth won't be chattering, and now they can actually play football.
Okay.
How do you look at this one?
I think Seattle going to get them, man. I only think only way I see Seattle losing this game if Sam got to do one or two mistakes over the whole game and not right away. And they got to be on a good rhythm, be playing good. Other than that, no mistakes, Seattle hands down.
Yeah.
Seattle hands down. Now, they played each other twice this year, and they split. They split. The first game, I think, the Rams won by like 4 points. And then the second game, Seattle won by 1 point. So it's gonna be a good game now. It's gonna be a good game, but I think as far as like overall, as for like competition wise, and I get an edge. I get an edge a little bit to Seattle because they well rounded. They got everything. They got the offense, they got the defense, they got special team. They well rounded. I give a little bit to the Rams because they've been there before. But overall,
say that again.
I give a little bit to the Rams because I'm taking away from them because they've been there before.
Okay.
They've been there before. They know how to win. So the only way that the Rams would take advantage of their experience, knowing how to win, is if the turnovers come over Seattle, Rams gonna make them pay for it.
Yeah.
If you don't do no turnovers, Rams had to play their heart out to beat them because they is well rounded and they ready and they playing at home too.
So the way I look at this one, I think you're right about Seattle being, on paper, the best team of football. The Seahawks got everything.
Yeah.
They've got everything, hands down. Only thing about Seattle to me is I still don't know what Sam Darnold will do when his back is against the wall, because up till this point, he hasn't had to do anything.
Right.
But just hand the ball off and make a throw here and there. But the game's been well in hand. There's been no pressure on him. And the Rams are going to bring pressure. And they're going to make him have to figure out how to lead the Seahawks to victory. I don't know that I'm ready to trust Sam Darnold to do that.
I hear you. I mean, he got his moments. Maybe he has moments at the early part of the year. Had his moments last year, but I think he can taste it now. He feel like he's. If I'm having the doubts about him, I have doubts about him in the Super Bowl. I don't have no doubts about him against Rams.
Okay, well,
because it's different. You know, it's different because when you're in the Super Bowl, you playing against somebody else that you ain't played with against before. Now it's like you playing against it's like you playing against your brother, man, in the backyard. It's like same division. It's like it's no pressure. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad because he can get too comfortable and try to do stuff and do extra and make mistakes. So it can go either way. But I kind of got a feeling that if he gonna make some mistakes, I believe to see the Sam Darnold that you're gonna take a chance. I think it'll be the Super Bowl. Don't be this game here.
Yeah. Well, we shall see. I think that I mean it's going to be at 6:30 on Sunday evening on Fox. Vegas has Seattle -2.5 in this one, and I think it's going to be a tight ball game. There's no doubt about that. I mean, they split. They know each other very well, and it's going to come down to Sam Darnold making a play, or two to win this game. If you want me to put my money on Sam Darnold, Matt Stafford, I'm going to put it on Matt Stafford. And I think the Rams are going to get this. They're going to go back to the Super Bowl and take on the Patriots. I got the Patriots and Rams in the Super Bowl, and I don't think the Patriots are ready for LA in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
Well, you got them two. I got Denver and Seattle in the Super Bowl.
Denver and Seattle in the Super Bowl. And if that, again, Seattle should win the whole thing. It just comes down to Sam Darnold. If Sam Darnold can do his part, he doesn't even have to be great.
Just don't do no turnovers.
It's just if he can keep his head and make the play that he needs to make when it has to be made. Nothing super.
Right.
They can beat anybody.
Right, they can.
They can beat anybody. So
you know what though? You know what I can say this though? Just imagine he do what he need to do, and they win it all.
Yeah.
You know he gonna get paid. Seller gonna pay him. He gonna get paid. You hear me?
Well, they picked up. You know what? I think they paid him to come there.
They ain't give him a 1 year though.
Oh, is that right? It was only 1 year.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
He gonna be if he win it, he gonna be their quarterback for a while. They gonna pay him.
The Vikings have got to be feeling mighty stupid.
They got to be.
I don't even know how the Vikings did this. I mean, you're looking at a guy that won 14 games and you don't want him back?
Because he didn't do that good in the playoff? You got to look at this way. This is his first time. This is his first time being in that situation. It's new to him.
Yeah.
You should have gave him another year. I'm sorry. He don't prove this to get where he at.
And then they're sitting at home during the playoffs.
Yeah.
Watching him.
Yeah.
I tell you, that's got to be one of the dumbest moves in NFL history.
It is. It is the very dumbest.
And guess what? And they're getting exactly what they deserve.
Exactly.
I don't want to throw JJ McCartney away. I'm not saying the kid won't be good, but he's clearly not ready.
He's not right now. I give him 2 more years.
He needs a couple more years. He would have benefited by sitting behind Darnold for a couple of years.
There you go. You're right.
And then he wouldn't be ready. But anyway, that being said, the Vikings have to deal with that. So that is our Super Bowl prediction. I've got the Rams and the Patriots. Milt's got the Broncos and the Seahawks. Looks like Bill was the only one that got it right up to this point. He had the Broncos and Patriots here, and I think he had the Seahawks and the Rams in this spot. I think he predicted this because I had the Bears winning and I had the Texans winning. I think you had the Texans winning.
Yeah, I had the Texans.
Also,
he had the Bears winning.
What's that?
He had the Bears winning.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had the Bears winning, but he had a New England what's it called though?
Because I actually picked Buffalo
I did too.
Houston, Frisco, and the Bears. All 4 of mine lost.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens next. It's going to be an interesting weekend for sure. Be a great weekend to sit in the house while it's cold outside.
Oh yeah, looking forward to it.
You know, getting some good food. You guys, you know, order some takeout from Parker's. Yeah, and sit back and enjoy the game. So with that being said, we're going to get out of here.
Okay.
Once again, folks, this show has been brought to you by MAGNOS Dentistry out of Belo Horizonte, Brazil. Healthcare is a whole lot cheaper down. And I mean, you go anywhere outside the United States, you can get great healthcare. MAGNOS Dentistry is a combination of science, precision, and art. From diagnosis to treatment execution, they've treated over 25,000 patients throughout their journey using the best materials available on the national and international market with the care that each case demands. They have a spacious and welcoming environment with modern equipment and a team prepared to assist you get to know them a little better. MAGNOS Dentistry, born from a dream, a family with more than 15 dentists and over 35 years of tradition in dentistry, a specialized team ready to assist you. With that being said, we're going to get out of here. And I pray the peace of Jesus Christ, everybody, be with you and your families. God bless. We'll see you next week. See you, Bill.
All right, brother.